A lot of people asking about the difference between commercial property and residential property. Let's start with residential. Residential is very simple. Everything that's 4 units and under will consider residential property. You basically buying a property that you're going to have to qualify personally to purchase it. And in the residential property, and it's going to be more difficult to qualify than commercial property, and people don't understand that. Why invest in commercial properties versus residential? Think about it. In commercial properties, a lot of people don't invest in because they don't have the experience and the knowledge, so you have less competition. The thing is, you don't need really experience and knowledge to invest in commercial properties. You're going to have more competition in residential properties versus commercial properties because most people will look at 1 to 4 units. In commercial properties, you're going to have less people bidding on it because they're just afraid of the term commercial, and they're also afraid because it's unexperienced territory for them. Now you can say, I don't have any money, I don't have any experience, I cannot really start in a commercial sector, I have to start in the residential, but that's not true. You don't need to have money to invest in real estate. When I first came over here to this country, I had $100 to my pocket, my English wasn't good, it's still not that great, I didn't know anybody, I didn't have any contacts, definitely didn't have any financial backgrounds. I started buying property with no money down. The better the location, the better the deal, the less people will care about your personal background. If you have experience or if you don't have experience, even the banks, they're going to look at the deal itself versus about you. Real estate, it's really an inefficient market, which means you can buy real estate in bad times and you can buy real estate in good times. If you find a good deal and the location is great, you can always make a deal happen no matter how the timing is. You can build equity quicker in commercial properties versus residential properties. For example, if you buy 1 to 4 units, you're going to get only 1 check per month or 4 checks per month. The equity that you're going to build in this property is not going to be tremendous because the more units you have, the more equity you can build when you raise the rents. When you buy an apartment complex, let's say 16 units and up, you can raise the property value by just raising the rents $50 to $100 per month, and you're going to have $500,000 immediately in equity on those kind of properties. And imagine if you buy something that's bigger than that. Tax benefits. You're going to have much better tax benefits in commercial properties than in residential properties. In commercial properties, you can do also 1031 tax exchange. So for example, if you have 10 units and you made $300,000 in profits, you can take this $300,000 and put it on a different property that's bigger, probably buy something that's $1 million, $1.5 million, and not pay taxes on the $300,000 profit that you just make, and you exchange it to the next property, and you can do it over and over again. On your residential property, you're not going to be able to do that. So how do you get paid every month if you pull all that cash and you put it in a different property? So with time, you're going to build cash flow in each property that you own. When you buy bigger properties, you're going to have more cash flow because you're going to get more rents on them. That's how you're going to pull more money outside for yourself every month. You can also pay yourself from refinance the properties and get cash out. Even though you made a profit of $300,000, let's say, from one property and rolled it to another property, doesn't mean that you cannot refinance this new property that you bought and pull some cash out, and it's also going to be tax-free. Your profits will stay in this property still, but when you sell that second property that you just purchased, you're going to pay taxes on the profits from the previous property and from that property if it gains some capital gains on it, if it gains value. But you can always 1031 exchange it and always refinance that building again and pull that cash tax-free. In commercial, there is a value of the base assets. What is the property worth per square foot? There's also a value of the monthly income that you receive from that property. If you buy property, let's say at $1 million, and you get $100,000 a year in income, that's going to be 10% cap rate. If you can raise that income by, let's say, another $20,000, $30,000 per year, it's already going to make the value going to $1.3 million, $1.2 million, $1.3 million because it's going to be 13% cap rate. So your value is going to go up. So when you raise the value in your property, you can immediately refinance it and pull cash out. That's going to be tax-free. So that's why I'm saying that you should invest in commercial properties versus residential, because that kind of principles don't apply to regular residential properties, and you have more opportunity to build your wealth quicker and bigger in commercial properties.